friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you my July TBR. Last month, my TBR did not go so well. I only read 2 books that were actually on my TBR. So I read Gear Breakers and I read the Leather and Lace short story collection, and the rest of them I did not touch. I did not read Rumble, I did not read Bonds of Brass, I did not read A Dark and Hollow Star. I'm gonna start fresh this month. I have 2 TBRs this month. One is my tarot TBR, which I'm going to be doing every month, and then I'm also adding a TBR for Summerween, which is a really fun readathon that happens every single year, hosted by Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. They're both really popular booktubers. I love watching their content so much. I am so excited to be participating in their readathon this summer. I will be going into both of those TBRs. First, let's get into my tarot TBR. So you will have seen me pulling my cards, and the first card that I pulled was this card, the Five of Cups. So the prompt for this card is loss, homelessness, struggle, isolation. These are the themes that you'll see in the Five of Cups. However, I also added, just because of the card and the beautiful art on it, I added coffee to the prompt. I added ocean setting, and I added storm. It took me a while to figure out what book I wanted to read for this. Cattail, apologies. And I did finally settle on a book that I have been wanting to read forever. And that is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is the same author who wrote Priory of the Orange Tree, which is probably my favorite book of all time right now. I think it surpassed any other book that I've read. I've read it twice. It is huge. It is right here on my shelf, and I am obsessed with it, but I have been really wanting to read this one and give it a shot as well. This is a story about clairvoyance and how their powers are considered to be illegal, I believe, in their society, and so they are prosecuted and attacked and driven underground essentially in this city. So I thought that it would work well for poverty, for struggle, for potential homelessness. I don't really know exactly. I haven't read it. Definitely isolation. So I thought that the themes for this tarot card fit really, really well with this story. I'm really excited to read it. This book is ginormous. It has 540 pages. So it's already a high ask for a really heavy book this month, but honestly I'm so excited. I'm really hoping that it's a fast read and that I will devour it really quickly. The next card that I pulled was the Sun. I am in love with this card. Sunflowers are my favorite flower, and it's just so whimsical. Unicorn, a little girl riding one. So the prompt that I came up with for this card is to read a book that is set in a hot place, or read a book that is filled with joy, vitality, and optimism. And let me tell you, it's really difficult to find queer literature that is filled with joy, optimism, and vitality, because the queer experience is, generally speaking, not, I don't want to say it's not joyful, because we have so much joy and so much like beauty in our community, but the literature and the films and things that come out surrounding the queer community are often very heavy and hard-hitting, because of that's also an equal part of our experience. And so I had a hard time with this, but I did settle on Goldie Vance, which is a queer graphic novel middle grade series. I believe that the main character is queer. I'm not sure exactly where they fall in the LGBTQIA plus community, but it looks like it's going to be super cute and fun and a quick and easy read, which is exactly what I'm looking for this card. So looking forward to that very much. The next card that I pulled is Temperance. This is a beautiful card. She looks like an angel, and so I did add that to my prompt as well. The main prompt, though, is to read a book. Stop it. The main prompt is to read a book that requires a lot of patience to read, or read a book about a character who is extremely reckless. For this prompt, I decided to go with Gideon the Ninth because the main character is reckless, but more so it takes a lot of patience to read this series because the entire time you literally have no idea what's going on. Like, you are completely confused the entire time you're reading this. I've read this book and I've read Harrow. I just recently purchased Nona the Ninth, which is something I would like to get to this summer, and so I would like to reread Gideon and Harrow. There is no way that I could just jump into Nona because the series is so strange that it doesn't stick in my head. The details don't stick, and so I would really like to reread these before I read Nona. And finally, I pulled the Ten of Pentacles, and this card, I don't know if you can see very well, but it is a generational card. It's all about family and generations in a family, ancestors, inheritance, privilege, tradition. And so in this card you see the grandmother, you see the mother, the child. It's generational. For this prompt I chose Jade City. This is another really hefty book, but it is also one that I have a feeling I will get through really quickly. This is a mafia type story, I believe, that's set in an Asian world, like an Asian futuristic society. I really don't know anything about this. I know that there's gang wars. I know that it rips people's hearts to shreds when they read them. I know that most people that I have seen who have read this are absolutely in love with it. I did not know that it had queer representation, but I googled it and apparently it does. So I don't really know exactly where that comes in the story or if it's significant, but I'm gonna go ahead and count it to get this on my TBR so I can get it going and get it read. This book has I know it has generational pieces to it, because on the back it literally says that there is a group of 4 siblings who are part of a very powerful family that are trying to fulfill their destiny, essentially. And so for me, that counts as part of the Ten of Pentacles prompt. So this is my TBR for my tarot TBR, not counting Goldie Vance, which is just a little one. But these are very hefty books. I have high ambitions. We'll see if I can accomplish them. Next, I created a TBR for Summerween, and I am really looking forward to it. It is just a 4-day readathon. It goes from the 7th to the 13th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is a week-long readathon. It is basically bringing the beautifulness of Halloween to the summer for those of us who have a really hard time waiting for October to come back again, which I belong to that category of people. So I am super looking forward to it. There are 5 prompts for this readathon, and I would like to try and fill all of them with its own separate book, but we'll see how it goes. The first prompt is simply to read After Dark, which I can do with any of the books that I've chosen. I'm not going to give myself a 5th book because I feel like 4 in a week is already going to be pushing it for me, for sure. So I am going to go ahead and leave that to just like an activity that I do during this Summerween. Number 2 is to read a thriller. And so I did some research and I found a relatively new thriller that has come out as young adult, and it's called Ace of Spades. This is a book that I have seen on TikTok and YouTube and have seen really good things about it. I am looking forward to reading it. I know that it is queer and I am very much looking forward to reading it. I know nothing about it, so I will tell you when I read it. The third prompt is to read a book that is set during the fall, and that one was really hard for me. I ended up choosing The Cemetery Boys. I have not read it yet. I know that it's something that is kind of a staple for the queer community. It's something that I've been really wanting to read. So I'm gonna go ahead and read that. It's a story of witchcraft and it is a gay love story. So that's all I know about it. I'm assuming because it's witchy, it's set in the fall, but I really don't know. Hopefully it fills the prompt. Prompt number 4 is to read a book that has orange and black on the cover. For this one, I chose The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. And I know nothing about this one either. I know that it was a finalist for many different awards. I know that the cover is beautiful. It has orange and black on the cover, and it's a new book that my friend Sierra recently bought for me. So I am looking forward to reading that one as well. The last prompt is to read a manga or a graphic novel. And for this one, I wanted to go manga because I would like to read more queer manga. I love reading manga. And I found this one called My Brother's Husband, and after looking at some reviews about it, I understand that it's about this man and his daughter, I believe, who live together, and then his late brother's husband comes to visit them. I believe that there is some commentary on the social reality of being homosexual in the Japanese society. I understand that the creator of this manga is one of the few openly gay manga creators, and I want to support that, and I'm just curious to see what the story is like. I don't know anything else other than that, but I will be giving you guys my thoughts as I go while I'm doing Summerween. So all in all, this month I have a total of 8 books that I am reading. They're pretty hefty, I believe. I have a YA in there, I have a manga, and I have a graphic novel, so there's some good variety. It is already the 2nd of July when I'm filming this. I'm a little bit late, so I need to go read. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in doing so, and until the next time, take care.